My name is Alison Hart, and I am a writer, a musician, and music educator. And I'm here to share with you my love of words and history and one of my sheroes, Ruby Bridges. So Ruby Bridges, on November 14th, 1960, at the age of 6, became the first Black child to integrate an all-white elementary school in New Orleans. And this is her story in her latest book, Ruby Bridges, This Is Your Time. Here she is on the back cover, a little girl, and here she is now. So here I'm going to start. To the young peacemakers of America, 60 years ago, in 1960, my life changed forever. Although I was not aware of it, our nation was changing too. What I remember about that time through my 6-year-old eyes is that there was extreme unrest, much like we see today. I was chosen to be the first Black child to go to an all-white school, William Frantz Elementary, in my hometown, New Orleans. And here she is, 6 years old. I did not yet know that I had stepped into the history books. For my whole first grade year, I had to be escorted to and from school by 4 federal marshals under the order of the President of the United States because people were afraid for my safety. There she is. Going into and coming out of school every day, I walked through crowds of people yelling, screaming, threats, throwing things at 6-year-old me. They were against integration of Black and white children in the same school. I had been so excited to meet and make new friends at school and was met with something utterly different and terrifying. It was a difficult decision for both of my parents to agree to let me go to school along with the marshals, especially for my dad, but they knew it was necessary. My father, like most dads, wanted nothing more than to protect his little girl, but as a young Black man, it was not safe for him to walk me to school. When I arrived at this all-white school that first day, all the white parents rushed in and pulled out their kids. They didn't want their children going to school with me. But why? I didn't understand. They had never met or even seen me before now, so how could they know what kind of person I was? But none of that mattered. I don't think they even saw a child. All they saw was the color of my skin. I was Black. And that meant I didn't matter. Some teachers even quit their jobs because they didn't want to teach Black children. My teacher, Barbara Henry, came all the way from Boston to teach me. For the entire year, she sat alone with me in that classroom, and she taught me everything I needed to know. She really made school fun. We never missed a day that whole year. We knew we had to be at school for each other. So there's Ruby and her teacher. I felt safe and loved, and that was because of Mrs. Henry, who, by the way, looked exactly like the woman in that screaming mob outside. But she wasn't like them. She showed me her heart, and even at 6 years old, I knew she was different. Barbara Henry was white and I was Black, and we mattered to each other. She became my best friend. I knew that if I got safely past the angry crowd outside and into my classroom, I was going to have a good day. And here there's a picture of her with her teacher Barbara Henry in 2014. That's Ruby. Outside of the classroom, the world seemed a very violent place. I later learned that those people in the mob had hatred toward me solely because of the color of my skin. Over the last 25 years, I've had the honor of meeting so many of you in person in your schools as I've traveled across the country and around the world. In your faces and through our interactions, I have seen innocence, love, respect, kindness, and sometimes even sadness. So one time, Ruby visited a school and she met they, who said, "We are all like a bag of M&Ms, different on the outside but the same inside. Gotta love those M&Ms." And here's Ruby with a few friends in 1961. So I didn't read the whole book. I encourage you to keep reading. If you're interested in Ruby Bridges, go to the library. I'm sure your librarian will have more information and books about her. And keep expressing yourself. Use your voice. Your voice matters. Okay, Alameda children. Have fun and be well and stay safe.